Hi, this is Judy Griffin with Aroma Health Texas, and we're going to start a series on ancient healers that we use as essential oils. These are biblical herbs and have been used since the most ancient times. Today we're going to start with frankincense and myrrh. Frankincense is a resin that is made from cold press, and they didn't have the same way of making essential oils there, but they were just as healing and important. The Latin name is Boswellia carteri, and it comes from Oman, and technically all the frankincense, people won't always agree with me, are about the same in how well they work in the healing arts. There's different varieties, mostly from Oman, and then the Sarada comes from India, and it's not as well accepted in the aromatherapy world. So these herbs were traded across the ancient world along the Silk Road, which started by Genghis Khan, like in the 10th century, and they were traded by the Egyptians. They did a lot with religious services and ceremonies and perfumes with frankincense and myrrh, and they did embalming with it. So it is good for wounds and sores. They used it way back when for that because it was a disinfectant and an anti-inflammatory used topically. Now consider that we can go to the drugstore and get skin care things pretty easily, and they can work pretty good. But, back in those times there was a lot more bugs, a lot more problems with the skin. They had leprosy, they had things we don't, normally have here anymore. And wound healing was one of the most important things, and keeping the skin healthy was really probably one of the most important things for health. They also used it for poisons, and those would, again, they were using it on the skin for pain relief. And Boswellia opens the chest, and it's used in the urine and urinary organs also to open up. And again, they would use this topically. Of course, in Egypt they used frankincense and myrrh actually for mummification. And later in Rome, they burned frankincense in tombs and catacombs. And it was very cleansing. They had a way of using these herbs to cleanse the air, which may sound odd, but they had a lot of viruses and a lot of dirty water and things that could brew all kinds of health problems. So it was important to clean the air. Frankincense is considered a guardian herb, essential oil, because it helps the immune system so much. And in those times it was worth its weight in gold. It represents spiritually the presence of the divine. And today we use it in anti-aging. For skin care, it is great to reduce wrinkles, scars, stretch marks. And it's still used topically or, smelling it, but it can help improve the communication within your brain. The Boswellia acid promotes cell death in certain cancers, specifically colon and liver cell cancer, different kinds of leukemias. There's both acute and chronic types of leukemia, brain cancers and melanoma. So it also helps to inhibit tumors. I can't really say that it heals cancer, like a lot of people say, oh, if you have, cancer, you have to use a lot of Boswellia. It certainly helps. It certainly helps. And it helps to stop hemorrhaging, even if you use it topically or smell it. So it's, of course, wonderful in aromatherapy as a low note, and frankincense can actually be used as a high note too, but it's very fragrant, and it helps to keep the fragrance of the main part of your aromatherapy blend in lasting a long time. So then we're going to go to myrrh, which is called Commiphora myrrha. That's the Latin or whatever name. It's from North Africa, and there's a bright green variety of myrrh that comes from Corsican. It was another embalming herb, and it was used to prepare Jesus' body for burial. It's been used for anything from perfumes to insect repellents. Again, it's a salve for the skin. It was used for eye infections, and they had a lot of problem like that in ancient times, and they'd actually lose their vision because of eye infections. So that, myrrh was really sacred in that way, that it could help eye infections, coughs. There's a Medicium is the name of the product that they made for muscle pain and soreness. It was used as a skin antiseptic, of course, and for tissue repair. It regenerates tissue also. Myrrh was a scented hair product, and that they made way back when, and it's also used in beauty products even today. During these ancient times, they would take flowers and scented or aromatic woods and barks and seeds and put them together, especially with myrrh, because it's so viscous. It's very thick. And if you have myrrh and it gets thick and you can't get it to come out, you would take your bottle and place it in hot tap water, the whole bottle, and it would help keep the viscosity from thickening so much, and you'd be able to use it again. It'll turn it back into a liquid, not boiled water, but hot tap water. So this is interesting about myrrh. It was used and generally believed to help the mother-child bonding. And in so doing, it also helped regulate menses so women could get pregnant, because that was really important back then. And now we use it more as an antiseptic and a mouthwash. It's neuroprotective, which is good. It's kind of like frankincense in that way. It lowers your cholesterol, and you can use it with fibroids. And again, let's say you had uterine fibroids, you'd use a compress with myrrh on it in a clean cloth right on that area. And for cholesterol, you would be smelling it. That could help. That could be enough to do it. Or you might do an aromatherapy product where you're wearing it on your body. Spiritual purification, of course, is always used with myrrh, and it has a connection to the divine. It helps us feel connected to the divine. So it's also considered very spiritually protected. Helps us balance from within. We're really looking out and busy with everything going on, and it's hard to balance. You have to go within, and that is a scent that helps that. It also helps to inhibit hyperthyroid, I'll say symptoms, but people have used it to inhibit getting hyperthyroid. There's probably lots of reasons people can have that, including gluten sensitivity, but myrrh helps to balance that. It's also a grounding type of scent and herb, essential oil. It's used in low notes, just like frankincense, to help extend the scent of your blend. So I hope that you join us. We'll continue this next week with more ancient healers. And please like us and share and subscribe. And when you see me next week, I'll be 75 if I make it. just a few more days. Thank you for coming and being my teachers. Bye-bye.